So do you want to create high quality videos for YouTube that gets tons of views and subscribers? Well, today we're going to show you the best ways to plan and film your next YouTube video. Check it out.
What's up, fam? We've got another awesome video, and in this video we're going to walk you through the process of filming a video.
Hey there, Joe, and what's up, Create One to Fam? So like Joe was saying, we're going to go through all the steps to ensure that you're going to be able to film the best YouTube videos you can film. So obviously the first step in creating videos is the idea.
But first you have to have a clear vision and niche for your channel. We already talked about that in a previous video, so be sure to check that out if you don't have your niche figured out yet. When you have your niche figured out, there's lots of different types of video that you can do that will still be within the niche. Whether it's sit-down tutorial videos like this, vlogs, educational, entertainment, inspirational videos. You can do any of those types of videos as long as it's in your niche for your audience. So after you have your niche, you're thinking about your niche and you have to decide what this video is gonna be about, what your next video is gonna be about. And I recommend start planning ahead. Get a white piece of paper or open a notepad in your computer and write down as many video topics and video ideas as you can that's going to be within your niche. Think of the people that you want to watch it. Think about what you're all about, what you're trying to teach, and write down maybe 100 video ideas on that and pick the one that you're going to film next. Almost always, it's best to plan out the whole video before you record it. So you know what the topic's gonna be. You might even have an idea for the title and thumbnail. You don't have to write out word for word everything you're gonna say in the video, but having a plan and direction for the video is gonna help a lot. And this video was a little bit more complicated that we're making today because me and Matt are collaborating remotely. So we wrote it out, we planned out what we're gonna say. Basically, your video needs a strong hook, then it needs an intro, then it needs your main content, your body for your video, and then at the end, be sure to have a call to action. So first, let's talk about the hook.
Okay, so once you come up with your idea for your video, you want to be able to draw the viewer in, grab the viewer's attention. This is called the hook. Okay, now that you grab the viewer's attention, you want to keep them engaged.
So that hook is a strong point at the beginning of your video that really complements the title and the thumbnail of your video. So as soon as someone clicks on that video, you say what that video is about and what they can expect. And maybe you take the most exciting part of your video and you put it towards the front if it's a vlog style video or inspirational style video. And that hook is going to capture people's attention and make them want to stay the rest of the video. After you have the hook, you have an intro. Your intro should be really, really short. I see a lot of people going too long with their intros and it starts to get boring. But the intro is maybe a slide-in screen, maybe it's a 5 to 8 second bumper where it says what your channel's about. For my channel, I introduce something like this. Hey, I'm Joe, welcome to the channel. On this channel, I make videos that teach you how to use social media effectively and make money online. So just something very simple like that, right? Gets to the point, tells them who you are and what your channel's all about. So you have your hook, you have your intro, and then you have the main content your video's about. Share what you promised in the hook and the title and thumbnail. And that's why people clicked on the video, they wanna see this. So this should start pretty quick, 20 seconds in. You get to the content and you make it as interesting as possible by either educating people with something they need to learn or entertaining them with something fun. The last part of your video is your outro or call to action. Call to action should be about 20 seconds. So as we will explain in the next video, when you're uploading your video, you can get end screens to pop up for the last 20 seconds and end the video kind of suddenly, the main content of your video suddenly, and then have a 20-second call to action where you're telling people about the next video and tell them to subscribe. So this should not be more than 20 seconds. You could say something like, if you learned a lot from that video, check out this other video on uploading a YouTube video or whatever your video is about. And be sure to subscribe and leave a comment about something relevant to your video.
Okay, so we're in the year 2021 now, and trust me when I tell you, no one's gonna wanna watch a video that was shot in a potato. Okay, now by all means, I'm not telling you to go out and spend tens of thousands of dollars on these big budget camera setups, or big fancy expensive lights, or anything big and fancy and expensive for that matter. Trust me, you can do wonders with what's sitting in your pocket right now. Your cell phone. So when filming videos on your phone, you could take the footage from looking like this to this in just a few simple steps. Now this also goes for just about every time you're filming, whether it's big cinema cameras, DSLRs, camcorders, your cell phone, everything. So just bear with me. Lighting is key. Lighting is so important. Lighting can change the entire image you get. Now filming, say when you're inside on your cell phone, your best bet would be to open up the windows, to sit in front of a window so you can get that natural sunlight. Direct sunlight is oftentimes the best form of light. Now on top of that, you could also use a key light, whether it's another window, a lamp, your flashlight, anything. It basically lights up the background. Now you could use normal lights, or you could even use color LED lights like I do. Now another more professional option for you, whether if you're filming with an actual camera or even with your phone, and you want to spend, and you maybe want to, you can just go to Amazon.com and get some cheap studio lights. Entire video on this, you could either check all the way up. Now Joe's made an entire video on this, so if you want to check all the way up in the card. Now say you don't want to use your phone anymore and you want to upgrade to a more professional camera. When buying a camera, trust me, it can be really irritating and really crazy on trying to figure out the best camera for you, whether you're on a budget, whether you want specific qualities, anything. Now you might think you need to spend thousands of dollars on a good camera, but that cannot be the case at all. Some of my favorite cameras that I use are cheap cameras that I spent less than $100 on. Now here's just a short list of cameras that I use that I recommend that you can get for cheap. Now this is a GoPro. GoPros are borderline miraculous little devices. This is a GoPro Hero Plus. It costs about $40 on eBay. Now you can get an even better GoPro from anywhere around $150 to $300. However, these are only good for shooting action and underwater type videos. So basically, if you don't plan on making any types of those kind of videos, then I would not at all recommend getting a GoPro. I recommend spending any money you plan on spending on a GoPro on one of these little guys, a point and shoot. This is my point and shoot. This is the Canon ELPH 300 HS. This is probably my favorite camera I've ever owned. This little camera can do it all. On top of the small form factor, it also has autofocus and shoots at 1080p with 30 frames a second. It only costs me $30. Now you can buy this camera used on eBay or Facebook Marketplace for not that much. Now the problem with this camera and most other cameras are the recorder limit. So you might only be able to record to 12 to 30 minutes at a single time. Now if you want to shoot longer videos like an hour plus, then you should just get a camcorder. This is my Canon Vixia HFR 62. It costs about $60 on eBay. Now you can get any type of camcorder for anywhere around $100 to $200 new. Now however, you can very easily tell camcorders are incredibly zoomed in. Now that might be the only drawback for a camera like this. Now on top of the no recorder limit, this camera also has phenomenal battery life, as well as no overheating. You could take this camera out in the blazing sun or the freezing nights and shoot with the 1080-30 record settings. Okay, now you're looking at my main shooter. We have my Canon T7i with my big battery group with 2 batteries. We got my wide angle lens, we got 2 expensive lights, and we got a big shotgun microphone. Altogether, this is around $2,000–$3,000. Now, obviously, like I said before, you don't need anything like this when starting off. I've been doing this now for the past almost 7 years, and over time, gear starts to accumulate. Not only did I start on my cell phone, but my first actual camera was this little tiny Walmart camera. Shoots 480p and is a piece of garbage. Now, I mean, back in the day, this was fine, but obviously now times have changed, technology has changed. So just about every single person has a 1080p or 4K camera sitting in the palm of their hand. Basically, what I'm saying is you don't need anything fancy to get the job done.
Awesome, Matt. So now, guys, you know how to come up with the idea for your video. You know how to structure your video and plan it You know how to film your video. Now you need to know how to edit your video. And we're gonna talk about that in the next video.